What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Jairus Isabel, the host of Wiseman Avenue, and today, y'all, we back at it again with another episode, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm not letting up on y'all next. I'm gonna keep dropping bangers. And today on this episode, we are doing a prequel to Dating Dynamics, and we have this lovely lady right here who inspired the first, who the part one of Dating Dynamics. So it's only right to bring back the person who sparked the original to do the prequel. And without further ado, I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Marina. I'm a senior majoring in accounting, and I go here to Mississippi State.
Hey, give me some water. My bad, Rena. But so Rena, before we start the podcast, like I do this thing where it's called the four block cues, and got four questions I want to ask you. And before we start off, first question I'm gonna ask is, like, where you from? Like, just tell the people where you from.
Well, I'm from Lexington, Mississippi. It's a small town in Holmes County. Most people haven't heard of it.
Small town, and everybody
Yeah.
don't really know much about it. All right, okay. Now the second question is, what's a quote you live by?
A quote that I live by would be don't stress over things you can't control.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Don't stress with things you can't control. I think we all need that quote, y'all.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna put that in my notes too.
definitely.
And excuse me, um, what's the album you got on repeat?
To Be Eaten Alive by Mariah the
Ooh,
Scientist.
I ain't gonna tell you no lie, y'all. As a guy, Mariah the Scientist,
Yeah.
she got it. Like I ain't listen to that. I ain't listen to her album. Well, I
Mhm.
listened to one of her singles on the album. It's with
Yeah.
her and Young Thug Ride.
Oh, yes.
Y'all, I be riding from work. I be riding from off the road, on the road. That song right there got my heart. Like I love Mariah the
Mhm.
Scientist off that just one song, and it
Yeah.
like really got me wanting to listen to the whole album now. And this last question is probably one of my favorite questions to ask. So, what's your neighborhood message?
Okay. So my neighborhood message would be just because you love someone, that does not mean the same love will be reciprocated.
Oh, that's deep. Repeat that again.
Just because you love someone, that does not mean the same love will be reciprocated.
Okay, like let's unpack that. Like so, yeah, let's just
Okay.
unpack that message because I, as we even me, though, I'm still taking that in. So like, kind of get all of us understand what's that.
Well, I'm pretty sure some people can relate, like when they've loved somebody but they just didn't feel the same way. Like they didn't feel that same love back from that person. So they was just like, "Oh, why you don't love me?" Like I've heard people say that to other people, and I just didn't understand. Like you cannot force that feeling.
Mm. So it's almost like I'm still probably. I'm gonna read it one more time. And I can give you something. I give you.
Just because you love someone does not mean that same love will be reciprocated. So you can love someone with your whole heart, but they might not love you that much.
So it's almost like you can do as much for somebody, but
Mm-hmm.
even still, they don't appreciate your value.
Yeah, they don't value you. They don't value your love. You can't love someone into loving you.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So that kind of brings us into the conversation of this episode to where like in your life and in your experiences have you felt in that sense where you were kind of like trying to place your values on people whose values probably were beneath yours, trying to get them to see what you see in.
You said in what experience? Well, I, I can't personally say
You know,
that I've experienced that in particular. Like, I mean, my relationship with my mom isn't that good, but it's not like, oh, she don't love me.
mm-hmm,
But it's just like she don't love me in the way that I need to be loved.
mm.
I don't be feeling like she do. So
I think sometimes we're like um when it comes in that sense with our parents, we're gonna shift the conversation to like the focus
mm-hmm.
when it like comes to just getting them to understand how we want to be loved
Mm-hmm.
as like the child in that situation, even upcoming adults like us. more so we got to understand that like we got to get them to love us how we want them to love us.
Yeah.
Just because our grandparents have caused our parents to love us, love
Hmm.
them, they raised them a certain way based on the way they
Yeah.
was treating and raised, treating discipline our parents. So our parents only gonna love us based off their childhood traumas and
Yeah.
experiences, which in a sense is not always gonna be good,
Yeah.
depending on the environment, the stimulation, and incentives they had coming up. So
Hmm.
like we also have to take into account though a lot of times we don't want to take into account like, man, that's my they the adults, like if they need to love me like they say they do, like, but sometimes you got to get your parents to love you how they want to love you. Like I
Hmm.
know for me, my mom and dad always just be like, if y'all got some on y'all minds, y'all hearts that y'all want to get off, just talk to us, tell us. We can't read your mind, we can't tell you, we can't predict what you going through a feeling
Hmm.
with that if you don't say something. So when something happens, you can't pin it on them
Yeah.
because they you didn't give them you didn't give them a words up or green a flag or waving for help,
Yeah.
no SOS. So it's just like it's really on us too to bridge that gap and
Yeah.
that connection. But let's steer back to the real conversation is dating, y'all. And Arena, like I don't remember the conversation we had before back then. That was a while ago. But just like currently now, what it's like, how do you what's your take on just the whole aspect of like how dating is, like the approach people have, the ideals and motives, like taking that just from the lady side of things, like what's your take on all that?
From the lady side of things, I feel like dating nowadays is very conditional. Like people would just be like, "Oh, I love you, but I'm not where I want to be in life." Or, I love you, but mm, just got it. Always got an excuse for
Excuse.
like love shouldn't be conditional. So I guess that's where I stand from a lady point of view. I feel like everything is conditional.
Mm. I've, I can agree on that though. Just
Hmm.
like from a guy too, like it seems like people only want to be with you when the conditions. It's almost like it's like an unwritten contract.
Hmm.
It's like people gonna be with you when everything just checks off and it's like, okay, this good. It's like they got this lawyer on the side that you don't even know about. That's like, oh yeah, like we good. We gonna be rich. We gonna be set. And it's like it shouldn't even be like that. It should be more like homegrown, like
Yeah.
everything just natural, organic. But it's like with the fact we have social media, we have all these different access and ways to get to somebody, and like just basically you do a whole rundown on a person before you even see them in face to face, and it's like you kind of had this premeditated idea of who you think you're dealing with, and
Yeah.
then just to come to find out it's not even what you think, it's just what the image they're portraying.
Yeah.
So like since we are in college and like everybody's pursuing a major and a degree and most of us are trying to, well, I'm gonna say everybody's trying to get a good paying job and have a good career in life. What's like, because I know I have talked to women around. I didn't talk to, not saying like I ain't no man. I ain't no man. I ain't no man thought, y'all. So let's not get it twisted. I ain't no man thought. But just to host, just to say like talking and meeting people. Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all good. You said what? 1.5 hours. Oh yes, we'll be done by then. We'll be done by then. Just cut that part
Okay.
out. We should do it. Yeah. So like, I'm just wanting to know like as a girl who, what's like your like what do you look for when you meeting a guy, like especially at a young age, trying to make some of themselves too, along with yourself trying to make some of yourself while we all in this environment.
So, I mean, I guess I don't necessarily just look. I'm not that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do believe that if something is for me, then it will find me. And I mean, I guess if I did have to look, it would just be some aspects of a good partner would probably just be an honest man, um, religious, goal oriented, um, a family person. Yeah.
So like when you say like religious though, is it more like do you want like a person who just like he practices what he preaches, like
Hmm.
he read his word and he walks the talk from the
Yes.
messages he
Yeah.
gets? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. So like in your experiences of just talking to guys and like going on a few dates here and there, like what have been some mishaps that you have came across?
um, some mishaps, probably just a lot of miscommunication. A lot of miscommunication.
Mhm.
Like I know that I'm not the best communicator, but two people that cannot communicate
Oh
do
wow,
not belong together.
they don't work.
It don't work. It don't work at
Wow.
all.
So like I like that you said like communication because y'all have like I think in high school I came up with like the three keys. Like this is I'm in high school, but there's like I had my three keys to like how a relationship would work. It'd be like communication. I think it was like understanding too,
Mm,
and I think the other one was probably effort. I don't know for sure, but
yeah.
communication always like been one of my biggest things in just not even dating, but like maintain a friendship, relationship with your parents,
Yeah.
family, like your working space, and just everyday life. So like the fact that you said communication isn't like your biggest strength, have
Mhm.
would have been some ways that like you tried or attempted to like either better vocalize and expressing things that you have going on in your head.
Like I've tried, cause like when it comes to talking, I know like if I get frustrated, I will shut down. Like I would just stop talking. But like I have tried to write my feelings out
Hmm.
instead of like expressing it verbally, cause I know how I am. But
Journaling is the best thing, y'all. I
yeah,
promise you.
journaling, writing, just trying to like write it down, so all those emotions won't come out in the wrong way, and I won't say something that I might regret.
Mhm.
Try to just to keep everything together.
No, that's valid though. Like I don't journal as much as I used to do it, but like when I was dating, high school, throughout, I was doing a lot of journaling, a
Yeah.
lot of writing. Like I was going crazy. Like I had a journal and I filled the book up like halfway. Like my English teacher used to have us write like prompts. I
Mm.
used to use the journals, I used to use like my little journal, the things I wrote in my journal as prompts, and I turn them in. He used to just be like, "Cheers." He'd be like, "What is this I'm reading?" I'd be like, "Oh, that's my thoughts." Like, you read it, you in my world. He'd be like, "Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy."
Yeah.
But like, I think nowadays we don't know, especially like as for guys, we have a hard time really trying to communicate and vocalize how we feel and express without sometimes coming off as aggressive or too emotional and
Hmm.
simpy. And me personally, like I'm a very sensitive guy. I will say for myself, and but I'm also very like aware of my emotions, and I know if I'm feeling some type of way, and I know why. I just try to like manage my thoughts because I used to be very like blunt and just say what it comes to mind, and I didn't care, but I care. But that's just how I just got what I said out. And sometimes I would just not talk, and
Hmm.
I'd be nonchalant, just roll it off the shoulder, like, I don't care. The whole time I'm like, nah, bro, like I really do care, but I don't think you care as much as I do, so I'm not gonna speak on it.
Yeah.
And it's just like now the dating like now it's like I don't want to say like I'm looking at the camera when I say this. I don't want anybody. I don't think nobody should want any person healed. There's no such thing as being healed to me, y'all. And I said this in the first one. I'm gonna say it again on this prequel. I don't believe in like us being healed individuals. I believe that like I believe in. I seen this TikTok. It was like patterns, and I kind of I really resonate with me a lot. Where people say like I just pay attention to patterns. And lately, like now, since I've been single and I've been having time to just pick up and see how my routines and things I do, and I see how other people move. Everybody got patterns. Everybody has a routine that
Hmm.
they go by and a lifestyle that they live by. So once you incorporate me in your lifestyle, your life, and I see you, because we do the same things every day. So like the moment I notice you falling off and you're not doing what you usually do, I'm not gonna feel no type of way. But that's once I notice that pattern isn't pattern no more, I'm gonna just fall back.
Mhm.
But like that's just a quick thing now for me. It's like I just pay attention to patterns now because instead of getting my trust involved with you and my heart involved, I'm gonna just pay attention to your actions.
Mhm.
Cause like I believe proven character over potential any day in like dating and relationships. And I think that's most reasons why like things just don't never go everybody's way because we go in thinking like I know for me, if I see a girl who, she cook and then like she might come and bring me lunch one day to work, wash my clothes, fold my clothes for me. But she doing all this just to get me to show like she has some way of being something more. And the moment like I give her what she want, she stopped doing it.
Mhm.
And she just be like, "Oh, you can fix your own food, you wash your own clothes, you." That's that point. I'm gonna just be like, "Oh no," like but I never put myself in that position to where because I'm always like I'm a test. I like testing people. I like putting people not in bad situations, but
Mhm.
I like to see how you thrive when you can't see me, how you can go without seeing me,
Mhm.
and like what's your way of like testing guys to see if they really who they say they are.
Mhm. Um, my way of testing guys to see if they really who they say they are.
Mm.
Well, just stress them out.
So stressing about is like a logical way.
I mean, like,
Well, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go. You're not the only girl that has said that to me. Like most of my homegirls are people I used to be cool with. Be like, just stress them out.
yeah,
Like,
like I feel like if you just kind of be defiant, like don't, I mean, not necessarily defiant,
yeah.
but just don't always give him what he wants. Like if he want to see you, don't
So
let
in a
him see
sense, be
you.
mysterious.
Yeah, be mysterious, be spontaneous. Like, cause a lot of people will not stick around through stuff like that. Like they like, okay, she keep changing, she keep doing it, she keep doing that. I'm done. Really, like if you really, if you really,
Cause I'm trying to get a fellas out here like some clarification. Cause when y'all say be stress us out, they gonna be like, wait a minute, like, cause I don't want nobody to stress me out.
Mhm.
I like the fact being a mystery because I'm already a person that I like a challenge. So if you like, every time I see you is something different, and you
Mhm.
kind of be like, nah, like,
Not like with drama, not like stressing you out with drama or stuff like that.
yeah, it's almost like we talk, and I'd be like, okay, I want to come see you this weekend. You'd be like, okay, you can come, but like we're going out to eat. Like you change the scenery up on me every time. Like
Mhm.
when I see you, it's always a different look. It's a different aesthetic about you. The conversation, like I like that kind of mystery because it's kind of like okay, like it's more to you than me. Style. He's like a crayon box. Like
Mhm.
it's different colors of you, different layers of you that I'm figuring out. I like that kind of mystery, not texting me for hours out the day or
Yeah.
leaving me on red and then calling me for like we call consistently for a few days and then like I don't hear from you no more. Like that
Right.
kind of mystery just gonna make me not like you.
Yeah.
Like don't put my emotion on a roller coaster. Like keep me steady, keep me afloat. So I got y'all fellas.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for y'all because it's hard out here, man. It's hard out here for real. But yeah, so like, is that just like one of your taxes that you do? Like,
Well, I don't really. I know I said this, but I just do not be looking for like. I don't really date. I don't date for real.
so like, what is it that you do? Like,
Mm.
well, I'm gonna clarify that answer. I'm gonna clarify that question a little bit. Like, are you like your intentions with a guy? Like, what is your intentions when the guy comes to you? Like, what is that you are looking to? What's something that you're looking forward to? Like, are you looking to marry? Are you just looking to like just play the field and see how it goes?
I mean, like I have, like I used to, like maybe this past year things have kind of changed my perspective on dating. Cause yeah, I used to date with the idea of marriage is gonna be the end game. Like this is yeah. But now I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just focused on my goals. I'm not really looking for marriage anymore. It's not something that I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I don't want it, but I just don't think that I'm going to find it no time soon. The way things
Oh,
are going, no.
so like, since you don't think, and I always say this, and my grandma used to always tell me, she'd be like, "George, you might find your wife in college,
Yeah.
different scenery, something you're not used to, and you might find that person who's like, y'all both in college, y'all going through the struggle." My pops even talk to me about this sometimes, like, you might find your person, he's like, "Son, you might just find your wife up here. Y'all both struggling in classes, y'all both ain't got no money for real." So like y'all going, it's like when you, that's your struggle partner, that's somebody you gonna
Build with.
build with, and you feel like, and I still feel like I'm gonna find my person while I'm in college still, but like you, I still feel like though it's hard just because you got people who who are they're lover people. Like I'm a lover boy,
Mm-hmm.
and like when I talk to somebody, I try not to put my eggs in one basket
Yeah.
because when I talk to you, I'm talking to you. Now, don't get me wrong, like I can talk to multiple people, but it's like y'all really are my friends. Like I'm gonna text you, but none of y'all never gonna link with me. But that one person I like, we can see, they gonna see me, they gonna hear from me, they gonna know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's so hard now because of like you said, it's especially like we in college, like everybody not really serious about being with somebody or
Yeah,
having
I
that.
feel like a lot of people are afraid of commitment these
Ooh,
days.
okay, now Rain, you talking now.
That's
Yeah,
how I
a lot
feel.
of people, but it's like you gotta. I was talking to a friend of mine about that the other day, like commitment issues. Like
Yes.
I didn't had that conversation before, and I feel like commitment issues really stem from just like it's an internal thing, like
Haven't healed from past relationships or
relationships,
trauma.
and like you don't trust and believe that this decision is something you're ready to make and take,
Mm-hmm.
which is nothing wrong with wanting to, cause committing to a relationship. And I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna talk about something in a second. Like committing to a relationship is hard, especially like we're young and we saying we're wanting to like you want to be with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all, I call myself trying to propose and be married. Like you can laugh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like I call myself trying to be like a husband. And y'all, when I say like that ain't something I commend any young man or woman to do at a young age of your life. You don't have it together, and you're not gonna always have it together. But like you don't have a foundation to build off of for yourself, and nor the person doesn't have one either. It's not good because you basically saying you ready to take on all their responsibilities plus the ones you're steady having, you're taking on and putting on yourself. It's stressful. Like that ain't something you want to do. And then like you gotta watch who you give certain positions and titles to also, like, cause it ties in. Because sometimes like you can people can get entitled and feel like, okay, well, because that'll kind of help the commitment. It kind of boosts their commitment into that situation. Because some people be already insecure and they don't trust the fact that you're a secure person that they probably want to be with. But if you throw a title on it and be like, oh yeah, I got you, like, woo, you my boom boom bam bam.
Yeah.
Now they feel entitled, they feel high spirited and enlightened by the situation now, and then they take that role, that title, that role to the head, and really you just helping them out, but honestly they don't realize that you're doing it for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said before with that quote, you can love people based off how you love, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't really reciprocate or understand it. And it's like, I guess I know for sure, I know me personally, like when I love people, I love how based off how I love, like, and a lot of people can't handle it or they take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it used to hurt me. I used to get mad, but it's like now I appreciate the fact that I'm appreciative now. Like the fact, okay, I shared that with them. Hopefully, they take that and they see like it helps them somewhere down the line
Mm-hmm.
instead of like, oh, I wish I never gave them my love. Like I used to be like that, but now I'm understanding like, okay,
They probably needed
they
it.
probably needed that in that space and time because we have to also learn like as we're changing and we're growing, you got to give yourself grace on the fact that you were help to somebody in a situation when like an extent of time where they probably needed that. They needed you to come and talk to them and be there for them and help take them out to places, show them a scenery,
Yeah.
just show them like what life is. Because I think in the dating space, we forget what really matters. Like you're meeting people, you network. You never know the girl or guy you might meet Mike can introduce you to like your probably person of your role model, or like get you the job that you want. And it's like you don't have to go into the approach being like, I want to be with them. Like, be friends first. Like,
Right.
I feel like if any start to a great relationship is when y'all friends first, because when you're friends with somebody first, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. I think I've only been friends once with somebody before I dated them.
How that go?
It went
How far?
a long way.
Do y'all like still keep in contact now?
Yeah.
See, like that's what I mean. Like, is it cool, casual? It's every now and then.
Hmm.
And see, like that's what really matters though. Like as long as you can still contact them and talk to them, just any can it be just simple like, hey, how you doing? How life going?
Yeah.
Like you going through a little rump, and like that's the first you can text you like, hey, I'm going through XYZ, and they just can sit there and listen. I just need a vent, and they that person. And it's like now it's hard because I remember I said this in the last episode of dating the first part of dating dynamics. Like we meet people and we go on based off like that like this rush we get. Like we see a guy or girl, and it's kind of like you looking at the outside features. Not saying there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Like you before you talk to somebody, you gotta be attracted to them. But like we take that attraction and we run with it, and we forget the whole reason why we meet people. Like we all on in this college campus. Most of us ain't never really experienced anything in our hometowns out, while we was in high school or growing up.
Yeah.
So like we get to college and it's like you just run book wild because you don't know what it's like to actually be like a real human being and
Hmm.
just talk to people and get to know people.
That's real.
And that's like it's crazy, but that's just how it is. It's character development. And that's all really I feel like dating is character development because you learning how you want to be, how you want somebody to treat you, and how you want to treat other people.
Hmm.
So like I'm gonna ask you this, and then we gonna start kind of slowly coming to the end of this. Like, how do you want a guy to treat you? And it's a two-part question. My bad. How do you want a guy to treat you? And how do you want to treat somebody's son one day?
um. Well, I guess I just want. You said, how do I want
Like
to
how
be
did
treated in a relationship?
yeah.
Uh, I just like when I can feel like he trusts me with his feelings, with his problems, with his accomplishments. Like I want him to be able to come to me not just for good things like accomplishment, but like also when he have a problem or when he feeling down or just when he disappointed, anything like that.
Mhm.
But a lot of men tend to hold that back from people they dating, and I don't like that. So I
Mhm.
would rather he be open, honest, um, listen to me because I do be rambling sometimes. Don't make me feel like I'm annoying you,
Mhm.
basically. Um, be gentle with me, but stern.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the second part question is,
How do I want to treat you?
how do you want to treat somebody?
Hmm. How do I want to treat him? So, give me an example.
Like, what I mean by how you want to treat a guy, like, do you want him to feel? Because I'm a tied in what you said before. Guys always hold in what they want to talk about. Like, do you
Mm,
want to be that safe haven for him more so, or do you want to be more like? Because you can, it's so many ways you can be. It's so many different ways things you can be for a person.
yeah.
Like, do you want to be like that safe haven where he know he can come straight to you and just like melt and
Yeah.
fall, or do you want to kind of be like his partner, or like you just only like y'all together and y'all go through just the good, like you only like y'all go through the good and the bad, like you right there with him, he ain't got to come to you, like you already there, you know what I mean? Or like do you just want to be, I mean, I was like, yeah, it's like I guess that's the two things I can think of right now. Like, do you want to be like his safe haven where when things is not going his way or too much is coming at him,
Mm.
he just come to you, he just fall or
Well,
like
I
when?
do want to be like that support system because a lot of men don't have it. Like they don't have that like support where they feel like when it comes like to emotional stuff, they probably have like their mom, their dad, their siblings or something like that. But I'm pretty sure they're not going and being vulnerable with them. Like I want to be able to have him be vulnerable. I want to be able to, I guess, just help him with his goals, help him build. Like, I don't want to say anything in particular. But yeah, I just want to be like a support system for him. I don't want to be, I don't want him to be like, oh, I need space from her. I don't want him to feel like I'm clingy or anything
Mm-hmm.
like that.
But like I keep saying, that was my last two, but I got this one that it like hits me a lot because I'm big on like my me time,
Mm-hmm.
and I know sometimes when you get your person that's like yo, y'all like always together, y'all like to sit together and lay up, but like how would you feel about a guy like want to have like a space where he just can have that's like his peace, his comfort area where he just
Like a man
like a
cave.
man cave, or like I'm gonna just say what I do, y'all. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have a man cave too, but like have a like y'all got the house,
Yeah.
but he got like another like a small little shed or a
Mm-hmm.
house away from the house, like maybe like a minute or two away, just like as a place where he can just detox and just kind of refresh himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, man, even if they know they think they can go to their wife or their girlfriend, woman, and just fall sometimes or feel like they can, we still that pride just so can be so big sometimes they feel like, okay, I just need to go to a place where I can just detox. Like how would you feel about that?
Well, I don't feel like pride should, like, if you are in a relationship or a marriage or anything,
Yeah.
that pride should already be gone. That pride should be gone by then. Like, you gonna get on one knee, detox. You still got all this pride.
I mean, you gotta think about it. That's all that's his pride right there. Like a man getting on one knee, he's basically being vulnerable and saying,
Exactly. So that pride really gone at that point.
mm-hmm.
Like if you are married, like that pride should be out of there. But I'm not saying like I completely support it. I support a man cave because
Yeah,
I want my space as well.
yeah.
So yeah, I support that.
Because I know for sure, like y'all, I'm gonna have a man cave, and it's like, ain't no way. I don't know. Like just watching like my parents' relation and my grandparents' relationships, they just love like my mom and dad for sure. Are like they pull like my dad is so lovey dovey, like corny, wants to be around my mom 25/8. My mom is like sweet, genuine, but like very kind of stand out with her emotions. Like she don't like to show them all the time. And it's like he want to be laid up on her, saying all these corny jokes, and she just
Yeah.
kind of be like, "Why?" Like they funny, they funny, but it be like, bro, you gotta spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And like I be sometimes wishing I'd be like, man, my pops just need a man cave. Like he just need a place where he can just like a break. Cause I just feel like a break is sometimes I ain't gonna say break, space.
Mm-hmm.
Space. I'm not saying break, y'all, because I know how we all get with that break. That's a trigger word. But like space sometimes can be very much needed
Yeah.
for the both of you.
Of course.
But enough, You got anything you want to ask? You got any questions?
Yeah, I do
Anything?
got
Oh snap,
questions.
y'all! Pray for me.
Okay. So I had a little note I had took about trust.
Okay.
So, it was about trust. And like I had a note about obtaining full trust with your partner. Do you feel like that's something that's possible? And it's kind of a two-part. Like, do you like I also wanted to know if you felt like not being able to fully trust your partner creates an emotional um distance between you, like it takes away that emotional vulnerability.
So you said you think trust is possible if
Is full trust with your
possible.
partner possible?
Um, I'm gonna say yes and no, but I'm gonna say yes just because there are good people out here who are openly okay with sharing and like being very like updative, communicative about what they doing, the life they live,
Mm,
and open about the things they have going on, and
right.
like will revolve you around that. Excuse me. The reason why I said no is because everybody, gosh, excuse me, y'all. Everybody still is growing, and some people just don't heal from their past,
Hmm.
and like, or it takes longer for some people to understand that like this person's really being open, genuine, and sweet with me, and like PTSD is real relationships. So I just feel like people sometimes be a little scared when people do too much good. Like
Yeah.
why they leave their phone around me? Like why they telling me to answer the phone for them or text this person back or to transfer this person money or write this email or make this post
Mm,
or they just give me their car to go to the grocery store to put or get groceries, put gas in the car. Like it be little things like that that scare somebody because it's like, were they this open with somebody before? And that's why I feel like it sometimes can be hard for trust, but then again, it's very attainable as well. Let's get it. All right, Arena, as we are, coming to the close, I really enjoy the conversation we're having,
mm.
but I really think the people want to know what is it that you have to ask the host. So, what questions do you have? Any questions for me today?
Yes.
Okay.
So my question is, do you feel like not obtaining full trust with your partner come creates like an emotional distance and prevents emotional vulnerability?
I'm gonna say I feel like it's like a two-way street with it. It's like a yes and a no,
Mm-hmm.
just because like you have people who are in the dating scene who are like very open about their life and they
Mm-hmm.
don't mind sharing or including somebody in their life routine because that's the whole point. Like when you're with somebody, you want them to feel secure
Mm-hmm.
and safe about the fact that they made this decision to be with you, and they can like come to understand that like, okay, what they doing is for a good cause, for a good reason. Like
Mm-hmm.
they not trying to hurt me, embarrass me. But it's like, I guess, for example, like long distance
Yeah.
dating can be hard in the sense like to build that trust and like for that emotional barrier to kind of be within vicinity for two people to connect.
Yeah.
Just because like you don't see this person, you can't talk to them all the time depending on their schedules. You don't know what they're doing all the time. You can only go based off the location, their messages, and like the actions they show, what actions you see from phone calls, text messages, and items they send.
Mm-hmm.
So like I say yes, but it's also the reason why I say no is more so like that and excuse me, y'all, people still struggle with like the fact that sometimes when something's too good to be true, it's hard to accept it.
Yeah.
Like you meet somebody who's very like honest, truthful, and genuine. It's almost like a nightmare because when we all meet somebody, everybody comes off as good, sweet, genuine, very like assertive and stern with their decisions. And then it's like after a while, that person shows you their real colors. Like they
Yeah.
ain't
They
worth.
best
They
qualities come first.
yeah, it's like the good stuff come first, y'all.
Yeah.
Like so, when somebody comes to you, and they like for my ladies, a guy comes, he gives you flowers, he takes you out to eat, he buys you clothes. Don't fall for the hokey doke, because I promise you, it's just he's selling you to believe that he's this good guy, he's real dude. Like, but over time, like after 2 months, after 2 weeks, he gonna slowly show you his true colors after a while, because nobody is gonna keep up an act that they can't sustain. Like I know for me personally, like I can't keep up. If not gonna keep up, so I just won't do it.
Right.
Like I'm gonna just do what I can do in that situation that works for me, that I know is gonna work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So like I do believe it's possible, but then again, like no, at the end of the day, because people still not healed, people still are not healed, and they're scared about people can like it's just a lot of people just be scared now a lot of days too. Nobody want to be hurt.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you determine if you're being patient or wasting your time?
All right, y'all. Are you being patient or wasting your time? I like
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna say wasting you. You'll know if you wasting your time if you made me think about a situation. A friend of mine, you know, you wasting your time when you're doing certain actions and a person isn't reciprocating that energy that you wanted back.
Mm-hmm.
Like for like I guess for example, say like you work out, for example, Rena, what you do. And you know, before you always work out, you send the guy you talking to like your gym outfit, like before you go to work out, you send like a post workout pic, a pre workout fit, and a post workout fit where like you
Mm-hmm.
kind of toned up and your body just kind of look good, and like he just don't respond or react how you want him to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you thinking, okay, maybe you know he worried. You be like, okay, maybe he's just tired. So you try to be understanding, but on the flip side, he just don't care for what you're really trying to do. You showing that like I'm determined, I'm disciplined, I'm all about growth. Like he not seeing the bigger picture. So like he don't care. That's where in a sense like you're wasting your time because you putting in all this effort, you're not getting nothing back in return.
Mm-hmm.
Now being patient, um I feel is more so when you're it's a mutual understanding about something
Yeah.
like y'all building it's a vision where like maybe one of you are um like right now we're in college, most of us meet people and it's like okay, one person's gonna graduate but the other person already is graduated and they already working their job but you on the come up, so it's like it's best for y'all to just be friends. You support them, they support you, and when the time comes y'all just come together. Like it's a patience game because both of y'all see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, okay, we both as long as you finish school and you get your job and you know, we give each other a year or two in our careers, then we can get a place together and we start building life. But it takes patience because you have to find the joy and understanding like I'm really building my life with this person. Like
Yeah.
I'm watching them come up in they field, then they gonna watch me do the same in my field. But it's like y'all reciprocating the same energy and support back to each other. And that's where the patient that's where you start to really realize, okay, I just need to be patient. Like don't interrupt them. Don't let them I don't want to interrupt I don't let them interrupt me. Like we both do our thing, but we be there for each other. And that's where like you really understand, okay, this is a patience game to see if I'm really determined, do I want it for real.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you feel about double standards in today's dating?
Give me an example. Give me an example.
So, do you feel like double standards are like something that's become normal?
um like that's like a what you feel like is a double standard in today's time, like right now. I want to like you can just be we can be honest, we can open honest, like I'm
I don't think. Hmm, like with today, I noticed that a lot of relationships or situationships fail because people won't people want to feel everything, like they want to feel like they're in a relationship, like they want the intimacy, they want the connection, they want the loyalty,
but
but
no commitment.
no commitment.
Okay, so like ask the question again for me.
So how do you feel about double standards
Standards.
playing a part in today's dating scene?
I don't like it, y'all. I don't like it just because of the fact like every you don't people don't want to take time to get to know people because all of a sudden not everybody feel like they just like on the top of the mountaintop. And honestly, being just so real, like we all don't have high value and high standards. Like people talk standards, but nobody actually can hold up their own standards.
Yeah.
But you try to hold your standards up on somebody else,
Right.
and like you like of course that person gonna fold because like you telling somebody like, oh hey, on the first date you need to buy me flowers. And I ain't talking about like no just single flower. I need like a dozen. I need a bouquet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I want to go to high end 5-star restaurant. Um, I need you to cash at me like $100 whenever I need it, which might be every day. Like that ain't a standard. Like you basically asking somebody to be your parent,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like no, I'm not even just I'm speaking for the guys and the girls. Nobody's trying to play mom or dad. That's what it looks like. And
That's
then
real.
with the whole like situationships, we all get caught up in them just because like you talk to somebody and y'all move too fast, one thing lead to another, and just be like, okay, we could be something, but it's that gap that's we're not. It's something. It's a piece that's missing. Either
Yeah.
like we didn't take the right time in a certain period to do something, or it's just sometimes like you meet somebody and just it's not the right timing for that for something to like really go further.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a firm believer like right person, wrong timing. Just because like you do sometimes meet that a person at the wrong time, or like you kind of be in that right place and they the person that you probably should have been with, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like, dang, they wasn't ready. But then again, like on the back end too, on the contrary, like that possibly could have been a person like that probably not could have been your person at all.
Right.
And like that could have just been a person you met, but that experience that you had with them could have propelled you for the right person and that you're gonna meet at a certain time. So like double standards today's time to me are just so backwards because it's like you got these double standards, but you're not even living up to the standards you're putting on. You telling somebody else about. It's like the blind leading the blind. It's like you can't practice what you preach. Like I got standards, but I'm gonna uphold myself to these standards before I put them on somebody else.
That's yeah.
So like they see how I move, and it's like it's up to them to be like, oh, do I want to go further
Yeah.
with him, or like should I even approach him? Like, seem like the way he move, he wouldn't. I'm not his type. Like you gotta give people, you gotta how your standards are is how you should want people to receive you already. Like
Mm-hmm.
don't throw them on people when you can't even walk it.
Right. Okay. So I have one more question.
Oh y'all, baby, let's see how this last one is. Drum roll.
Okay. So do you feel like your goals can interfere with your dating life?
Oh, da 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 da. Oh, yes. Your goals can interfere with your dating life. Just because sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time, y'all. Like I will say, for example, like my podcast, starting a clothing brand. I'm trying to learn to be like more mindful and aware of like just my life and living in the moment. And sometimes like you will meet people across the way who are good people.
Mm-hmm.
Like genuinely good people want nothing but the best for you. And sometimes not everybody sometimes you do need to take that moment and like just stay away from the dating scene. Like don't go on a date. Cause dates require time and money. Like people always say it's the little things that count. Guess what also factors in those little things? Time and money.
Yep.
Like you can't do nothing without money and you gotta make that time. It takes time to make money. So it's like when you factor everything, it's like what's more important? Like me creating a future for myself or me chasing and trying to create a future with somebody who I know for sure is that's not guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Even if because both require attention, work, consistency, and staying relevant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'd rather put my energy into content, like making my brand better and myself
Mm-hmm.
because I'm all of that already, rather than a person who I'm not sure for sure is gonna be right there for me when things are going up, down, and sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just not guaranteed. So like, but sometimes even the ones who are there for you it can cause a little rift because it's like y'all trying to bridge that connect and y'all trying, like y'all really trying, but it's just like schedules conflict, career paths are so different, but like y'all still try to keep in touch, but it's like y'all just steady trying. Like it can interfere because sometimes like it be some I know for sure like I know a person who I know just for sure, like it can. I've met a few good people. I met one good person, y'all, this year, and you laughing because you already know what I'm talking about. I met one good person this year, y'all, and like she doing her thing, y'all, and I ain't mad or nothing. I really anything I support it full through, but it's like dang, like you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. But it's like as long as like y'all communicate, stay in touch, like just don't be weird. I would say like that's one thing I would say because a lot of times people be having those mature conversations about, I'm just trying to stay focused and do my thing,
Yeah.
and you be like, okay, I feel you, I want to do my thing too. Y'all don't hear from each other and like y'all doing the total opposite of what you talked about. Now it's like, see, I knew you weren't never like that to begin with. But like when you actually see somebody do what they said they was gonna do, it give you a sense of like self respect more for them. Like you like, all right, cool, like okay. And then like they talk to you, they keep in touch with you, and it's like the energy never really left. Like anything is kind of intensified now because it's like, all right, I gotta stand on business just like them.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you feel like there's a difference between motivation and discipline?
Absolutely. Motivation is more of like an emotion, it's a mood.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like it takes something to ignite that motivation. Like if I'm seeing like my mom and my dad, um, if I see my dad like take my mom out to eat and they both dressed up nice, look good, he pay for the dinner, they have a good time, it's gonna motivate me to like want to be better as a man and get on my grind so I can do the same thing for my woman.
Mm-hmm.
And discipline is more so like when you don't feel like doing it. Where it's like I'm seeing how my dad get up in the morning, he hit the road, he driving all 100,000 miles. He don't want to do it. His back hurting. He probably mad or something. Though, got him probably on the phones, heard some bad news. But still gotta come home. Still gotta love my mama. Still gotta pay bills. Still gotta take care of my siblings. Me, like just seeing that like discipline is just I mean I'm very disciplined. Like, I feel like that's probably one of my biggest traits and something like I love trying to better myself at.
Yeah.
Cause like when no matter how you feel, you can lose motivation because you can always find a reason why not to do something or not to drive yourself to do it. But discipline is like you be like, oh,
I don't have a
I don't
choice.
got no choice.
Right.
So like I love discipline more than anything. Anything.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have.
That's all you got, Arena.
Yeah.
Well, Rena, I will just start off by saying thank you for taking the time out and really give me us your time and your presence and your thoughts and experiences on just the whole dating aspect in this world. I really feel like the family, the avenue would appreciate. Well, they'll love it. And they'll definitely take what you were saying into some thought and consideration. They probably, hopefully, everybody applies. The things she's saying, not the stressing the part of stressing guys out part. Well, I don't need my guys out here being bald headed. Y'all see why I cut my hair off. But no, like I really appreciate you coming on and like putting us on, giving us this free game and stuff because it's definitely needed, especially for the guys and even for my ladies out there who don't know or like having a hard time too. Like you just helping the ladies out here putting on for them. Like
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate it. And y'all, well, anything you gotta say for we close?
No, it was a pleasure.
And guys, with that being said, that's the end. I hope y'all as always, make sure to like, comment, and share this episode. Like
Mm-hmm.
y'all don't be stingy because it's a lot of people that need to hear this free game that we giving out. And just, always make sure to hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for the next episode. As always, I love y'all. Peace.